some smoke.
Nice effect.
It's Independence Day, a day where we celebrate our freedom.
Freedom!
But David the Marine,
Let me see your war face.
that freedom was not free.
It was not. It was paid for by the blood of patriots.
And their firearms. And the original firearm that bought our freedom was the old muzzleloader.
Muzzleloader, flintlock rifle, which was the assault rifle of the day.
Assault rifle? Isn't that a dirty word?
Not when you're fighting for freedom.
And we could do a whole show on the muzzleloaders. In fact, we will in the future. But today we wanted to concentrate on more modern guns of freedom.
Like the Springfield 1903 A3. When they went to the cartridge arms, that just left all the black powder arms as a curiosity kind of thing. But the Springfield 1903 A3 chamber for the then new was a 1303 cartridge, but then they did something modified it in 06, so it became the 30.6 cartridge. 150 grain bullet going about 2,750 feet a second. 5 shots. It has a magazine cutoff. You see it says off right there? You would have the magazine loaded 5 rounds, but if you're back behind the lines a fair amount, you can turn on the magazine cutoff, so you just single load rounds into the gun, and then the idea was if they're starting to assault your position, you take off the magazine cutoff, and now you got 5 ready to go fairly quick succession. Got a kick at both ends, actually.
But you're still talking about a bolt action, so it's bang, click, click, bang, click, click.
Which was an improvement on the rate of fire they had before. The gun before that was a single shot, so they had to put a round in every time, cock the hammer. This was ahead of that, and the 03 served up to and through World War II, but during that time, a new gun, the M1 Garand, chambered in the same 30.6 cartridge, that came into being, and it started to quickly replace the 03 bolt action.
What about officers and their sidearms?
Classic 1911 came out in, 1911, and served faithfully through 2 world wars, plus Korea and Vietnam, up through 1985, when it was replaced by the Beretta 92, then known as the M9. It shoots a 230 grain 45 caliber bullet at about 810 feet a second was the original spec. And they did that because the little insurrection they had back in the Moro Indians in the Philippines, they decided they need something, a 45 caliber minimum, to put them down.
The design was so good, it's still in use today.
Yep. The original magazine held 7. They typically carried it with the chamber empty, and they fired one-handed. Like that.
But we're not shooting Springfields, we're not shooting 1911s, and we're not shooting M1 Garands anymore.
No, we're not. Since around 1964, the issue battle rifle has been the M16 or a variant thereof, like the M4. You know, it includes all of it. But the M16 design has been around since before 1964. It's actually designed and intended as a civilian gun, actually. But it's been used by the military, and that is a gun of freedom.
And the advantages?
Well, there are many. One is the gun is lighter. The ammo is lighter. You can carry, twice as many rounds for the same weight, because you hate to die because you ran out of bullets. You know why? Because more shots, more better. This is the 30.6 cartridge. It's got significant power. And everyone saying, man, that 5.56, that 223, that the M16 or AR-15 fires, that's just too powerful. Like, we can't have that kind of power in the hands of people. Just can't do it. Well, compared to 30.6, that 5.56 isn't that imposing.
And it is easier to shoot. And it holds quite a bit more.
It does. The 03 Springfield held 5. The Garand held 8. The M14 held 20. And this one holds 20 or 30 rounds. And it's easier to shoot, so there's a lot to be said for it.
And the old argument, why does a civilian need a military rifle?
to defend life and liberty, because this is a firearm for freedom.
And as always, guns for everybody.